was a really nice win for us. We fell behind early. We rallied after hitting into a double play in the first inning. We had a great inning then, and did some good stuff offensively, double-digit hits. If we would have just taken advantage of another scoring opportunity or two, it would have been a really, really good game. But I thought it was a good final tune-up going into conference play, and we got a lot of pitchers out of the bullpen that contributed and pitched really well, and I was glad to see that. It's on. We still have midweek games, so we still have some non-conference games left, and they'll obviously be important to us. But you come to LSU to play in the SEC, and that's where we're going this weekend. It's going to be a very unique environment. I'm sure you all heard the news. So, like I told the players, you come to LSU because you love to play in front of big crowds and so forth. It's going to be something different for them. But you play because you love the game, and if you love the game, it shouldn't matter if anybody's in the stands or not, and that shouldn't be the motivation for you. Your motivation should be to play good baseball and to help your team win. And we're going to go to Oxford and play a great team tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a team that's won, I think, 16 in a row. So we've got our work cut out for us, but it's going to be a unique environment for us. There's no doubt about that.
With the pitching staff doing what it did with 8 shutout innings, 12 strikeouts, how much do you think that just sort of showed the strength of their capabilities?
Well, it'll be a different animal now as we start the SEC, of course, especially the team that we're playing this weekend. But they did what they had to do. They did a great job tonight. We made some clutch pitches. I thought Fontenot just keeps looking better and better each time he goes out. Today was his best velocity. It was Nick Storrs' best velocity of the year. He was touching 92 tonight. A lot of guys threw the ball really well. We played good defense again. Collier made a couple really nice plays. Doty keeps getting better every day. Milazzo caught a great game again. A lot of good. Gio ran a couple balls down in the outfield. So all that stuff combines to make you feel good about where you are, and we're ready for the challenge.
Coach, what was just kind of your reaction to everything about the virus and how the SEC's handling it and everything?
Well, first of all, when the NCAA made the advisory to schools to not have fans come, I knew it was inevitable. Our presidents would follow suit. Whenever the NCAA does something that strongly, you have to follow their guidance. I was worried they were going to excuse me, Jim. I was worried they were going to cancel the season. So I told our players, keep it in perspective. They could have done what the Ivy League did. I'm glad they didn't. You'd break a lot of hearts, by doing that. These kids, only get to be in college for a period of time, and you hate to see what happens, to those youngsters when they have it taken away. So I'm just glad we're getting an opportunity to still continue to play the games. My reaction is kind of like my reaction to the news is no different than what my reaction has been to this whole thing. I don't know how you all feel. You're all citizens of this world like I am, and my feeling is kind of like my feeling was when the planes hit the towers. You didn't know, what did this mean? What does it mean? Where is it going from here? When's it going to end? Obviously you're concerned about people that are, it's a bigger picture than just baseball or college athletics or anything else. We need to obviously get this under control worldwide. I've never been through anything this dramatic in my life. I'm sure you all haven't either, because most of you are younger than I am. But let's just pray to God that it gets gets under control, and that we can get back to living a normal life again.
It's just got the news about what's going to be like this weekend. Like you said, a very unique situation. How do you move forward with that, knowing you're not going to be playing in front of anybody this weekend?
Again, Wilson, I think I went into coaching to work with young people to hopefully impact their lives in a way, that was positive. The players start to play the game because of their love for the game, and I think you just got to go back to your roots. And when we were young kids and learning to play the game, we didn't have big crowds out at our games all the time. We played because we loved the game, and that's what you got to go back to. Hey, listen, we practice all fall. Most of the time there's nobody in the stands. We have scrimmages before the season. There's nobody in the stands. It's different than it is like right now. The environment in here is a lot different than it was, an hour ago. But it's still baseball, and the games still count the same. So we have to. Yeah, you can't play just because there's crowds there. You have to play no matter what. And I think our guys will be focused, and we'll go there and accept the challenge that Ole Miss is going to present, which is going to be a big challenge. They're an outstanding team. That's probably the hottest team in the country right now. They're playing great. They don't have weaknesses, and if we have anything other than focus on trying to beat these guys, then we're looking at it wrong.
Naturally, a lot of these guys, they don't have their phones and stuff out here while they're playing. So, were you the first person to kind of tell them, and how did they kind of react to what you were saying?
Yeah, well, they kind of saw before the game began. They would look at their phones, when they're in the locker room and so forth. And so they heard about the Ivy League, and they heard about it, other venues and other sports that were not allowing fans to come. So I'm sure that in the back of their mind, they thought it was a possibility for them. But I broke the news to them just now, and I kind of gave a hint to the position players before we went out to take infield, outfield. That this might be our last game playing in front of fans this year, so let's go out and make it a good one, And I think they have a few questions. I think, like, is anybody, family allowed to go, or girlfriends allowed to go to the games? Those kinds of things. So it was more just questions like that was their reaction that I got.
Coach, what are the players' reaction to, in the grand scheme of things, this really hurts them when you're talking about playing in front of big crowds, but eligibility-wise, scholarships, if they do like the Ivy League does and take those serious precautions, that's going to be an issue.
I think we'll cross that bridge if and when the time comes. I can't imagine, that would happen, but if it does, we'll deal with it. But let's pray to God that it won't. Let's hope this thing gets under control relatively soon. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I don't even want to go there in my mind yet.